Two for two. We are bringing you behind the scenes expertise. I've got with me Jack Rice in Minnesota, also Josh Schiffer in Atlanta, Georgia, two criminal defense attorneys that serve as legal analysts as our guests here on Court TV frequently. And today's two for two, I want to, gentlemen, really talk about trial strategy. We all talk about primacy and recency, meaning the first thing the jury hears and the last thing the jury hears is often what they are going to pay attention to. And we know Johnny Depp today testified for himself in the rebuttal case, but he wasn't the first witness in the rebuttal. He wasn't the last witness in the rebuttal. Jack Rice, let me start with you. What are your thoughts about when he testified?
He starts at the beginning and he is magnificent. I mean, he misses nothing. He's self-deprecating. He's funny. He pulls the curtain back. You watch him, you want to watch him. That was amazing. I kept asking myself, what else can he do? What else can he do except hurt himself? So my concern was when they brought him back a second time, he provided exposure. And in fact, the defense in this particular case did exactly that. When they went after him, he came across as defensive. He came across as somewhat vindictive. And I think both of those things weren't so great for Johnny Depp, and he didn't need to do it.
All right, Josh, what are your thoughts about when he testified in the rebuttal?
Well, you should just call this one-on-one with Jack because he's using all the good arguments there. Jack's absolutely right with the fact that Johnny accepted a lot of exposure, jumping up and allowing himself to not just say his piece, which he did with amazing charisma. He was totally engaging. He almost breaks the fourth wall and you feel like you're right there with him. He does that fantastically. But then on the redirect, on the recross, he ends up looking as bad as I've seen him really during this entire trial. And that, to me, might be the vision that the jury walks away with. I think that the fact that there was so much exposure involved with Johnny taking the stand again, and they didn't know what kind of smoking gun Elaine and Amber and everybody else was going to pull out, because they're smart people. They're working real hard. They wanted to make sure on Johnny's side that they'd have an opportunity to present additional witnesses to mitigate any damage if there was a fatal blow during that rebuttal examination by Amber Heard's team.
Yep, smart. You're right. So, Josh, let me start with you on this question. And that is, after we saw Johnny testify, and I thought, wow, his direct was powerful, compelling testimony. But then on cross, he really started to argue, get a little bit defensive with the attorney, and the attorney was going after him pretty aggressively, not letting him finish his question. So at the end of the day, that cross-examination, Josh, do you think it helped Amber Heard?
Absolutely. It defined the demeanor. And in my opinion, I know I've spoken with both of you about this on and off camera. I believe that Elaine's best argument at this point is to place this trial within the larger case that is the intimate partner violence, the domestic abuse that being in any intimate relationship with Johnny Depp involves. He's so big, he's so powerful, he has so many resources, he's so controlling, you can't even see the dynamic because you can't step back far enough. And I think that they did a really good job kind of peeling back the perfection gleam that's been just all over Johnny, especially anybody paying attention to popular culture right now.
All right, Jack, what's your assessment, your opinion of this testimony by Johnny Depp today as part of the rebuttal case?
No, I didn't want it. I didn't want to see it. I wanted to see Johnny, if I'm representing Johnny Depp, I wanted to see Johnny during that first set. I did not get that. I mean, let's face it. He came back with one line on the very back end of this where he said, I have been waiting 6 years to present the truth. Now, the truth is a fundamental theme in this case for him. The problem is that in his cross, he came across as duplicitous, he came across as defensive, he came across in such a way that it wasn't so much about the truth. It cuts against the very vibe that he's trying to argue.
All right, gentlemen, thank you so much. 2 for 2, all your legal analysis, and we will catch up again soon.
Thanks so much, Judge.